Plaintiff Susan Fisher says she became friends with her witness 2 years ago, despite their age difference. Susan claims she and her witness decided to take a trip to Mexico, and her witness wanted the defendant to come with them. However, Susan's suing because after she paid for the defendant's travel expenses, she backed out of the trip. Defendant Mandy Michalski says when Susan and her witness first approached Mandy about going on the trip, she thought it was strange that a 54-year-old woman wanted to travel with two 21-year-olds. Mandy refuses to pay Susan because she insists she never agreed to go on the trip.
Tell me what happened.
My witness Ashley and I met about 2 years ago at work, and we became really good friends. In spite of our age difference, we really hit it off. We decided January of this year that we wanted to take a trip to Mexico. And in order to cut some of the expenses, she wanted to know if Mandy could go along with us. She's known Mandy since she was been in high school. We talked about the trip, and I told her as long as she paid me $450 before we went, we could work out the incidents or the
incidentals?
The incidentals, yes, later on. She is a hairdresser. I told her that I'd be willing to let her cut and just style my hair to pay me back for the trip, because I put the whole thing on my credit card.
All right, let me hear from her before we get to the details of the vacation amounts.
Well, first of all, I thought it was really weird that a 54-year-old lady would want to go on vacation with two 21-year-olds. And I don't know if Ashley thought that was cool or not, because she was hooking up with a 40-year-old guy, and that just seemed normal for her.
When you say hook up, you mean having sex?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's
That's what the young people say now. I mean, hook up used to be, you date or something.
Right.
But
so I don't know if
fall in love or something.
Well, so I don't know if she thought that was normal to do that or whatever.
Let me allow her to respond to this allegation. State your name.
Ashley.
All right. Last name?
Jeffers.
Okay. I'm not going to run a warrant check on you. You can give me your last name. All right. And do you want to respond to being a loose woman who sleeps with 40-year-olds unattached?
Yeah, that's definitely not true. And I don't see what that has to do with anything about the trip.
Because it's the fact that Sue is 54 and he was 40.
Well, I guess she's going.
Yeah, we do work together.
But my age has got nothing to do with the trip and owing people money.
Yeah, I don't know. She's suggesting sexual encounters based on age. So does that mean you desired the plaintiff?
No, not even close to that. I meant to deal with his age so much, not them having sex, whatever with that.
But don't young people and their aunt go on vacation together? So it's not abnormal that a young person would go on a vacation with an older person, unless there's some hanky-panky going on.
Well, right. Well, and
you're the one mentioned hanky-panky.
I know. Sorry. No, I just.
So do you want her or not?
No.
All right, well, let's move on.
Not at all, no.
Well, let's move on then. Let's move on.
Okay.
Now, what do you want to tell me about the agreement and whether there was an agreement? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, Ashley and I were driving home. Sue had given her a call on the phone, and Sue said, hey, Ashley, do you want to meet me at the bar for happy hour? And Ashley's like, yeah, sure. And she asked me, and I was like, yeah, we can go. Well, when we were there, they were talking about Mexico the whole time. And yes, Ashley did ask me to go prior to that day. And she said she would talk to Sue, but they already had intentions of going, and they already had intentions for another girl to go that Ashley worked with. And I never at once said, yes, for sure, book me a plane ticket.
What did you say?
Well, throughout that whole period of time, it's we were talking about it. And
when was that? The month and approximate?
I would say it had to have been maybe February 19th
Beginning,
or 20th.
middle?
This was happy hour.
All right,
yeah.
February of 08. You all discussed it, happy hour. You all discussed it while drunk. And then what? Is that true? You all talked about it at a bar?
We did talk about it at a bar because we were in that area and decided to
Was anyone drunk?
No. Happy hour is one drink.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was double bubble, so technically it was two, but.
All right. When is the next time the subject came up?
Actually, Sue and I never physically had any other talks about the trip. It all went through Ashley and I. And I have an email from Ashley talking about it.
You never spoke with Sue about it again?
Never. I talked to her twice on the phone.
That is not true.
Hold on. You just told me no, now you're telling me you spoke to her twice on the phone.
But the two times that I talked to her on the phone, one time was about maybe if I wanted to go, me doing her hair. And the other time, they were both sitting at the customer service desk at work. And she's like, oh, talk to Sue for a sec so I can do this customer. Nothing ever crossed paths about the trip.
When was the trip planned?
The trip was planned for the first part of April.
And you never spoke of it since that day?
No, Ashley and I did, but Sue and I never did.
All right, and what did you and Ashley discuss?
Well, Ashley would just tell me things like she said it was going to be $400, and then it went up to $420 and $450.
What was the next time you spoke of it?
We just kept arguing about it.
Why?
Because Sue booked a $600 plane ticket. Like, I didn't realize, like, it was
How did you find out?
Ashley told me. She's like, oh, Sue already booked the tickets today.
And what did you say?
I was like, why? I told Ashley, I'm like, I can't afford to go. I never
All
told
right,
Sue.
so you told Ashley at that time you can't go?
Right, I told Ashley, I told her several times, like, I have a statement from my boss.
All right, approximately when was the last time you told her?
Probably, I would say, the second week in March, maybe.
All right, let me hear from you, ma'am, about when she agreed to pay.
She agreed that night when we were at the bar that she would pay for the flight because we originally were going to fly out of Milwaukee, and the price of the ticket was $450.
How do I know she agreed? Do you have any evidence, or is your witness going to?
Ashley was there, and she agreed in front of Ashley.
What do you want to tell me about this agreement she made to pay?
Her birthday was going to be coming up, so she did mention, yeah, maybe my mom can help me pay for it. Later on, she did, agree that she wanted to go.
When? Later on when?
We booked the physical tickets like February 28th.
When did she say, I'll go?
She said that she's at the bar, that night at the bar. She said...
No, you just told me she said it later. Because at the bar, she says, I might go.
Right, but
now you're telling me at the bar she agreed to go?
Yes, because she did talk to her
But that's not
mom.
what you just told me.
Okay, that night she said she might go, yes.
Right, I know. And now you changing back. First you said might. Then she said at the bar she said she would. Now you're back to might, right?
Your Honor, she said that her mom...
Ma'am, when did she affirmatively say, I will go?
She said that on the phone to me.
When?
Probably a week. It was a couple days before we initially booked the ticket.
Ma'am, your witness statements have been totally contradictory. So she has hurt your case.
I think she's just really nervous.
No, she wasn't so nervous as to be unable to answer any of the questions. The person who is nervous is unable to give you any definitive times. So nervousness is not a defense. Nevertheless, what occurred? You all went?
There were a few things in between. Ashley and Mandy also went and got their passports because Mandy said she needed to get her passport.
When was that? When was that?
That was February 21st. They went together?
Yes, we did go get our passports together. Well, because I said that I might go. And this was before the plane ticket was $600.
If you didn't purchase them until 7 days later, it makes sense that if she's considering it, she would go get her passport just in case. So, you all went on the trip, and what has happened since?
She would not take my phone calls or answer any text messages or emails.
How many times did you call or text
I
her?
have emails, copies of emails twice.
Ma'am?
I actually do have the 2 emails that she sent me too, but she said in her statement, well, like in our town to write out the court thing, she said that she tried calling me and leaving me voicemails. She never called me and left me voicemails.
Okay. How about email?
Yes, I did get the emails from her.
So did you respond?
Well, no, because I didn't know for sure at first. Because
you didn't know what for sure?
Because on one email it had her first and last name, and then on another
email
you didn't think
she had 2
different last names.
So you didn't think it was her?
Right, exactly.
You didn't think any of them were her?
No, I knew one of them was her.
All right, so why didn't you respond to the one?
I talked to Ashley about it after that. I didn't have to respond to Sue because
Yeah, she spent her money.
Well, right, I understand that.
Did she speak with you about it, Ashley?
Yeah, she did.
And what did she tell you?
She said that she doesn't know how she's going to pay for it, all that kind of stuff.
She never told you, I don't owe you all. You never told her that?
Well, I never told him I was going to go, though. That's the thing.
I know. So your defense would be, I don't owe you because I told you before I wasn't going.
Yep. Yes.
Yep, what?
Yes, I never said that I don't owe you.
So what did you say when she asked about you paying?
I never said anything. Well,
I didn't ask you that. What did you say in response to her saying, this is not a joke?
She is, Your Honor.
Your witness want to speak? State your name.
My name is Kyle Nick.
What do you want to tell me?
Well, the main thing, I was at the salon on February 20th, and Mandy and Ashley were on the internet looking at different resorts and places to stay. Mandy was saying how like a $1,000 resort, she couldn't afford to pay for that, and that she needed to know definite prices, and didn't want to make commitments until she knew exactly what this cost was going to be.
All right, that's enough, sir. Ma'am, you have the burden of proving that she owes you and that she agreed to pay you, and you haven't convinced me. I'm not going to say that it didn't happen, but you just haven't proven it. So your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.